Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss freedom of speech, that is Article 19. Article 19 carries a comprehensive provision that guarantees freedom of speech and movements across the country and many other freedoms that I will discuss in this video in brief. Let's start with the introduction. Protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech. Enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, Chapter Fundamental Rights, Subchapter Right to Freedom, and Article 19. Now the question is, what is Article 19 all about? Enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, Article 19 guarantees certain freedoms to every citizen of India, though it is neither unlimited nor absolute, as the legislature can impose certain reasonable restrictions to protect a state's security and preserve everyone's right equally. However, in a given periphery, such freedom is unlimited until you violate the state's security and others' right. Likewise, primarily Clause 1 of Article 19 ensures 6 basic freedoms. However, subsequent clauses of Article 19 empower the state to make appropriate provisions if required so, and also to put certain reasonable restrictions. Let's discuss first Article 19(1). Clause 1 of Article 19 describes following 6 freedoms. A. Freedom of speech and expression. B. Freedom of assemble peaceably and without arms. C. Freedom to form associations or unions. D. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. E. Freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. And G. Freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. Now, let's discuss each of them in brief. Article 19, 1A, Freedom of Speech and Expression. It means every citizen of this country has the right to express his beliefs, views, and convictions freely and without inhibitions by word of mouth, writing, printing, picturizing, or in any other possible manner. Note, though it doesn't specifically express freedom of press, but this right has been included in the right to the freedom of speech and expression. Next, Article 19, 1B, Freedom of Assemble peaceably and without arms. It means the citizens of India are free to organize and attend public meetings and demonstrations and take processions peacefully and without arms. So, meetings and assembly must be peaceful and without arms. Next, Article 19, 1C, Freedom to form associations or unions. This provision facilitates Indian citizens' right to form associations and unions specifically for the lawful purpose, such as political parties, social groups, clubs, organizations, trade unions, etc. Next, Article 19, 1D, Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. This provision gives an exclusive right to move freely throughout the territory of India. Next, Article 19, 1E, Freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. This provision gives an exclusive right to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. Next, Article 19, 1G, Freedom to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. This provision gives an exclusive right to every citizen of India to practice any profession, to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. Likewise, there are 6 comprehensive freedoms available only for the citizens of India. But I repeat, all these 6 freedoms are not absolute, as there are certain reasonable restrictions behind all these 6 freedoms. The purpose behind putting the reasonable restrictions on such freedoms is to protect the interest, right, and security of state and people both. Regarding the same, Clause 2 of Article 19 states that nothing in subclause A of Clause 1 shall affect the operation of any existing law or prevent the state from making any law, insofar as such law imposes reasonable restrictions on the exercise of the right conferred by the said subclause in the interests of the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of the state, friendly relation with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, or in any relation to contempt of court, defamation, or incitement to an offense. So this clause exclusively puts certain reasonable restrictions in reference to subclause A of clause 1, article 19. Similarly, clause 3, 4, 5 and 6 of article 19 put reasonable restrictions and also empowers a state to make law to put reasonable restrictions in reference to subclauses B, C, D and E and F of clause 1 of article 19 accordingly. Last but not the least, right to information. The tentacles of Article 19 1A has been further expanded to include the right to information. The Right to Information Act 2005 specifically facilitates to all citizens the right to access information and makes it obligatory for all public authorities to provide the information. However, there are certain clauses that restrict that certain types of information cannot be given to any citizen, that is, reasonable restrictions.